Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Talk podcast. I'm your host, Sandra, and with me is the brilliant Adam.
Hey, Sandra. Great to be here. You know, we have a really special episode today, right?
We really do. We're diving into something that I think every single English learner dreams about. Fluency. That feeling of, just being able to speak naturally with confidence without getting stuck.
That's it, exactly. And I think there's a big misconception. People think fluency means speaking super fast, but it's not about that at all. It's about, speaking smoothly, using expressions that just sound right in a real conversation.
Totally. And that's what we're going to break down today. We've got some super practical tips, some fluency builders, we're calling them, and key phrases that you can literally start using the second this episode ends. So, Adam, let's start with the big one. When we say fluency, what are we actually talking about? What does it, really mean?
Yeah, that's such a good question because it's not about having this gigantic vocabulary, right? Or using these, super complicated words. It's simply about getting your ideas across clearly and smoothly. You can use really simple words and still sound incredibly fluent.
Oh, that's so true. I mean, think about how native speakers talk. We use little filler words all the time, don't we? Things like, or actually, or I mean.
Right, we do. And they're not mistakes. They're part of the flow. And another thing, fluency is also about not getting stuck. Like, if you can't remember a word, you just find another way to say it.
You mean paraphrasing?
Exactly. Paraphrasing. So let's say you forget the word umbrella. Instead of just stopping, you could say, the thing you use when it's raining. That's fluency right there. It's problem solving in real time.
I love that way of putting it, problem solving. Because it takes the pressure off, It's not a test where you fail if you forget one word. It's a conversation. It's about connecting with another person, and sometimes that's messy.
So messy. But that's the fun of it. The goal isn't to be a walking dictionary. It's to be an effective communicator. And that's what fluency really is.
Okay. I love that. So let's talk about some of those little tricks. You mentioned fluency builders earlier. Tell us more. What are these magic phrases?
They're not magic, but they feel like it sometimes. They're basically short phrases that, they fill the gap while your brain is catching up. So instead of a long, awkward silence, you sound like you're thoughtfully considering the question.
Okay, give me an example. What's a good one?
All right. A classic is, let me think. Or if someone asks you a tough question, you can say, that's a good question. It gives you 3 or 4 seconds to think, but it sounds so natural.
Oh, that is so good. It sounds so much better than just, it's like you're actively engaging. What else?
Another one I like is, how can I put this? It signals that you're trying to find the perfect words. Or if you're trying to clarify something, you can use what I mean is, or the point is.
Yes, these are total lifesavers. I can see how just having a few of these in your back pocket would make you feel so much more confident. You're not scared of pausing anymore.
Exactly. Or here's another one. When you're telling a story and you want to get to the main idea, you can say, long story short. It's a fantastic way to summarize and keep the listener engaged.
Oh, long story short, yes, I use that all the time. It's like saying, okay, I'm skipping the boring details and getting to the good part. That's a super useful one.
Exactly right. Let's do a quick role play. Sandra, ask me, why do you want to learn English?
Okay, so Adam, why do you want to learn English?
See, instead of freezing, I could go, well, that's a good question. I guess the main reason is for my job, but I also just love connecting with people from different cultures. See how that flows?
Perfect. It sounds completely fluent, really natural, and actually quite polite, too. It shows you're taking the questions seriously. All right, so on that note, let's talk about more of those everyday phrases that just make your speech sound, well, more natural, less like a textbook, you know?
Yes, this is one of my favorite topics. It's about making tiny little shifts that have a huge impact. For example, instead of just saying yes to everything.
Oh, I know this one. You can say things like, yeah, sure, or absolutely.
Exactly. It adds so much more personality. And the same for no. Instead of a flat no, you could say something like, not really, or I don't think so. It's softer, more conversational.
Okay, what about I don't understand? That's a phrase learners use a lot, and it can sometimes feel a bit, abrupt.
Totally. A great alternative is, sorry, could you say that again? Or one I really like is, I'm not sure I follow. It sounds very polite and keeps the conversation going smoothly.
I'm not sure I follow. I love that. It puts the confusion on you, not on the other person. What about asking someone to repeat something? Repeat, please, is so robotic.
So robotic. Yeah, you could try, could you go over that one more time? Or even just a simple questioning, sorry, with a rising intonation. Or, the very casual, come again?
Yes, these little changes, they really do make a world of difference, don't they? You instantly sound less like you're reading from a script and more like you're just talking.
It's all it is. Here's a quick example. Imagine I ask, did you finish the project? Instead of just no, the other person says, not really. I still need some time. It gives so much more information and it's just nicer.
So true. Okay, but fluency isn't just about the words and phrases we use, right? It's also about what we do every day, the habits we build.
100%. Practice habits are everything. And they don't have to be like hours of intense study. There are some really simple, easy things you can do. The first one is called shadowing.
Oh, I've heard of this. It's where you listen to some English audio, like a podcast, and you try to repeat it out loud at the same time trying to match the rhythm and intonation.
That's the one. It feels a bit weird at first, but it's incredible for training the muscles in your mouth and getting the music of English right. Another super easy one is just think in English.
So, like narrating your own life inside your head?
Yeah, just little things like, okay, I'm making coffee now. I need to get the milk from the fridge. It gets your brain used to forming English sentences without translating from your native language first.
And that's the real game changer, isn't it?
breaking that habit of translation.
It is, because translating in your head is what causes those long pauses. It's like your brain is doing double the work. When you start thinking directly in English, even with simple sentences, you cut out that middle step and boom, your speech becomes so much faster and smoother.
I love that. So simple. What else?
Okay, this one's brave, but it works. Record yourself. Just take your phone and talk for 1 minute about anything. Your day, a movie you saw, whatever. Then, and this is the hard part, listen back to it.
Ugh, I hate the sound of my own voice. But I get it. You'd notice where you hesitate or which sounds are difficult for you, right?
Exactly. It gives you a clear idea of what to work on. And the last one is just read aloud. Every day, even just for 5 minutes. It connects what your eyes see with what your mouth says.
Fantastic tips. And I think the key thing to remember with all of these is consistency, isn't it? Just doing a tiny bit every single day is so much better than like a 2-hour study session once a week. All right, we are almost out of time, which is crazy. Adam, before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some concrete takeaway language. What are the top phrases they should start using today?
Okay, let's do a quick fire round. 5 fluency boosters. Number 1, well, let me think.
Love it. Buys you time.
Number 2, that's a good question.
Polite and smart.
Number 3, what I mean is...
Great for clarifying.
Number 4, instead of no, not really.
Softer, more natural.
And number 5, instead of I don't understand, I'm not sure I follow.
Perfect. Okay, listeners, your homework is to try using at least one of those today. So, to sum everything up, I guess the main message is that fluency is about smooth communication. It's not about perfection, right?
That's it in a nutshell. Use these small expressions, build those daily habits, and please, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every single time you open your mouth to speak English, you are building fluency. Step by step, you are getting there.
Such a great final thought. Adam, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you everyone for listening to the English Talk podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, you know the drill. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who's on the same fluency journey.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, let us know in the comments what you think. What's the hardest part of fluency for you? We'd genuinely love to hear from you.
We would. All right, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.